Good morning, everyone. My name is Andrew, and I'm very happy when I have a chance to introduce some information about temperature of literature. Yeah, the temperature rest. The temple of literature was first built in 1015 by King Li Tangdong. It was established as a holy place to worship Confucius and his four most outstanding uh, disciples. The Confucianism was highly valued because it strengthened people's loyalty to the king and helped maintain social order. And therefore, besides promoting Buddhism, the Li dynasty also encouraged Confucian study and regarded it as an important educational foundation. And effort when the Imperial Academy was established in 1076 by Li King Li Nhân within the Temple of Literature. It was reserved only for royalty and members of the elite, and later in 1253, the King Chen Taidong opened the academy to talent commoners. However, not everyone could study there. Most students had to pass the relational examination before being admitted. Therefore, only qualified and successful candidates were accepted to study at the temple and the university. Students mainly study Confucian teachings. They learned Chinese language, Chinese philosophy, and Chinese history. Their textbooks were printed in Chinese and Vietnamese. They studied the four books like the Great Learning, Doctrine of the Mean, the Analytics and Mentions, and the five classic like Classic of Poetry, Book of Document, Book of Science, Book of Rice, Book of Trade, and Spring and Autumn Animals. Students also practice writing poetry and discovering literature. And they have monthly minor tests and four major tests each year. After passing exam at the different levels like Hương, Hội, and Đình examinations, successful candidates could become Mandarins. And when visitors come in the Temple of Literature, this year in the people often see many steely church, many people often see the many stunned churches carry out steely scholars. Yeah, because churches were used as a pedestals, because in Vietnamese culture the turtle is one of four holy animals and symbolize wisdom, lifelong and stability and prosperity. This made it a meaningful symbol for education and academic success. These stone stele were built starting in 1484 under King Li Tangdong to honor the most outstanding doctors. who passed the national royal examinations. The stele record the name and birthplaces of successful candidates, encourage future generations to, to study to study hard and constantly develop the country. And they are also valuable historical resources for studying Vietnamese education and culture. A total of 116 cities were originally erected, but today 82 cities were originally remained at the temple. Yeah, and next I want to talk about its function. In different historical periods and nowadays. The table of literature has several different has served different functions throughout today. When it was first built 1070 by King Lý Thánh Tông, it functioned as a temple dedicated to Confucius and his disciples, and ceremonies were held there to honor them. In 1076, under King Lý Nhân Tông, the Imperial Academy was established within the temple complex. From that time until 1779, it functioned as Vietnam First Nation University, educating royalty nobles and later talented commoners who had passed examinations. It was also the place where royal examinations were organized and where successful candidates were honored with stele. And during the Nguyen Dynasty, when the capital was moved to Huế, the academy inherited lost its central role and became the school of Hoài Đức district under the French Protectorate. It was registered as a historical monument in 1906 on the parts were damaged during wartime. And nowadays, the temple no longer functions as a university. It serves as a historical site and cultural site, preserving traditional architecture and valuable relics such as the stone stele. It's also a place for ceremony, cultural activity, history, cultural tourism for visitors, especially visitors like students, especially for foreigner. Yeah. Who want to find information and improve knowledge about history. Yeah, that's all I want to share with you.